Hello everyone, my name is Remmey Lohr, and today I'm going to be discussing disability discrimination in the workplace. This first slide is going to be a background of disability discrimination. It is the act of treating a person with a disability less favorably than a person without in the same or similar circumstance. For example, a negative or offensive remark/joke about a person's disability or need for a workplace change. Discrimination is illegal in the workplace. This law protects employees against retaliation for going forward with a claim regarding disabilities or discrimination in the workplace. As we had to summarize 3 different articles, the first one I'm going to be doing for you right now. The Union Labor Agency, located in Cleveland, is a nonprofit that focuses on workforce development. This organization went against the ADA and violated their laws by discriminating against an employee with breast cancer. They chose to deny her remote work, even though that is considered a reasonable accommodation for her sake. As a result of their denial, her conditions required her to discharge. She was physically incapable of working at the office, but was not given an alternative for the situation. Aside from that, the employee was constantly, or consistently, both in this matter, left off staff emails after they had requested to be notified. Not to mention, this individual has been a part of the organization for nearly a decade, but was forced to resign because of the health risk. This additional key element is something that I really took from that first article and I thought was pretty beneficial. The superior or superiors within the company have the power to make any important decisions that could affect the work style of the organization. Those who decided to force her to resign because of her disability have never truly experienced what she is going through. Their lack of understanding is why they had never felt the need to make a reasonable accommodation. Now, here is what the key contributors should have done. It is the employer's responsibility to know its own obligations under the ADA. The company should have complied with the temporary medical restrictions of those who had received ongoing treatments for any serious medical conditions. This would have given those with a disability the opportunity to continue working even with their condition. An important highlight. A quote from the second article I had chosen for the SHRM portion of this project really stuck out to me. Below it says, the district court explained that an employee with a disability need not use magic words like reasonable accommodation when requesting an accommodation, but must provide sufficient information under the circumstances, such as a doctor's note, when the employee can be fairly said to know of both the disability and the need for an accommodation. Piggybacking off of that, superiors and employers tend to take the request for an accommodation to the extreme. The employee is indeed disabled, but they are not incapable of performing the basic functions of the job. These individuals ask for an accommodation because they want to continue working. If they did not care about their job, they would have skipped the asking and quit indefinitely. Taking the route of requesting an accommodation is respectful toward the employer. If they cannot see that respect, then the employee should consider finding another place of work. Here is a legal takeaway from all of the articles I had read and more things involving disability discrimination. This piece of advice has taught me, as a business student, to make sure I am aware of the legal aspects in business before applying for a job. Most people don't look into those things, and as a college student, I really don't, and haven't either. But if I were to become a vice president or a CEO and had no idea of when the best time to accommodate an employee was, then the chances of being out of a job are possible. It is very important to educate yourself and others on the matter. It would create a strong work environment and, more importantly, build a strong company. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this presentation and learn a little bit more than you may have known about disability discrimination.